Welcome to Borderline Project 26. I'm Mara, and this is the Flip and Blue Challenge, where anything goes as long as it's blue. Our host for this challenge is Flip Pop. Since my project piece is already blue, I guess I could stop here, but I think not. I'm not sure why somebody hated this dresser so much. It's such a nice dresser to be so abused. Look at this, retro hardware. I love retro hardware. Except I was missing one piece, so it just didn't work out for me this time. Okay, I don't know what this is. I don't want to know what this is, but I want to know how to get rid of it. This is just really sad. Yes, this is from mice. Isn't that nice? There are so many great reasons why you want to clean your piece thoroughly before starting any sanding or painting. I'm using hot water, Dawn dish soap, and some TSP substitute to clean this up. And then afterward, I'll wipe it down with some clean water and a little bit of bleach. I'm being totally optimistic when I use crud cutter to try to cut this crud. But really, in the end, I'm just going to have to sand it. Oh my gosh, stickers! Thanks, kids! I ended up using a wet sponge and just soaking it for a few minutes, and then I got my scraper and it came right off. Okay, this is probably a first. I've never seen hardware held on by Scotch tape before. Okay, I don't know if it's the way, but this is my way of finding the right position for the bottom drawer slides. I just use some Tide Bond glue and then install the drawers, which, by the way, are very heavy. Then I'll wait for an hour or so and then install a screw to secure the guides. Just one more reason why I think the previous owners just really hated this dresser. I had to actually get out the vice grips to take the screw off the hardware because it was stripped. Nice painted hardware. Thanks, guys. When the crud cutter doesn't cut it, you got to get the sander out. In this case, I was able to remove a lot of the stains, but not completely. From the moment I saw this dresser, I knew what was coming. A lot of scraping and paint stripping. But in the end, it'll be worth it because I'll get a nice clean finish, whereas if I just tried to paint over it, it would be a sloppy mess. I'm really sorry I didn't capture the video where I glued this veneer back down, but basically you get it wet and you get the glue underneath. It works like a champ. Right now, I'm just going to cover up the spots that were still kind of rough with some Bondo. So this is my method for smoothing out Bondo. Once the first application is smoothed out, I'll go over it with primer. If it's not smooth, I'll just add some more Bondo onto it, smooth that out, add primer, and I'll continue to do that until I feel like it's smooth enough to paint. Oh, after removing about 40 screws, I finally had to get serious and get a hammer after the bottom of this to get it off, which it did, and I was glad of that. To modernize the look of this dresser, I'm going to add some furniture legs. In order to do that, I will have to add some supports so that I can mount the legs to the bottom. I purchased the furniture legs at Amazon, and since I've used this style before, I kind of know what to do. You just have to drill a hole in the bottom and then put the attachment on and then just screw the furniture leg in. It's pretty easy, but you will have to have a few tools like a drill with a decent sized bit. Here is my inspiration piece when I started redoing this dresser. But after looking at the drawers fully stripped and trying to position where I wanted the line to be, I just knew I could not paint it all blue like where we started. So this decision had to be made prior to painting, and I decided to go with a more modern industrial look with the drawers even being slightly damaged. I thought that they would be better in the wood or the raw wood look versus a fully painted look. You are watching my second go around using Behr water-based stain. The first application was very blotchy, so I decided to sand it all back down again and then put water on it prior to adding the stain to try to keep it more of a balanced application. Totally not a fan, I'll just say that, and I pretty much sanded everything right back down again. I am, however, a huge fan of Behr chalk paint or any of the Behr paint products. I have never gotten a bad experience with Behr paint. It's just such a good paint. Anyway, I decided to paint the outside of the dresser blue and the top, and then of course the dresser drawers will all be in the raw wood. After 3 coats of paint, I finished this dresser off using Behr polyacrylic in matte. Usually I use Odie's oil on raw wood, but in this case I decided to roll on the polyacrylic to control overspray, and I wasn't disappointed. This came out really good. Now, I wasn't able to salvage the retro hardware. It was just too far gone, but I found these great handles on Amazon. I'll have to re-drill the holes as the hardware is just slightly larger than the original. Hey everybody, Oakley says hi. She's really wanting me to play ball, but I gotta get this dresser finished. I'll be inserting a dowel pin into the holes that I'm not going to be using. Won't see them because the handle is going to cover that part up. I purchased these door pulls at Lowe's. They're slightly less than $2, and I think they're super high quality. They go great with the hardware that I purchased off of Amazon. Everybody knows that installing the hardware is my favorite part because that means it's time for the final reveal. Just a reminder, this is the train wreck blue dresser where we started. And here is the final reveal. We are nearing the end of Project 26. I want to thank Flip Hop for hosting this challenge. Please check out the playlist at the end of this video, and as always, thanks for watching.